Welcome back to Black and Grown Conversations. Real talk, real growth, no filters. Hit the thumb up, share, subscribe, and join the conversation and write your comment below. Along the way we go. All right. So you all here for the thumbnail, you know? Let's think. Brandy, Ray J, and Kim Kardashian, what they had in common. They all grew up. They all hang out with each other in their younger years, right? Ray J and Kim, they were boyfriend girlfriend at the time, and then Kim was Brandy, stylist. She was trying to be a stylist person, so she was doing that. You know, and then other things happened in their friendship relationship, and then they slowly broke away from there. Okay, and I think that most people need to think about is Brandy the writing a book, her young years, and she was saying that Wayne Morrissey from Boys and Men, they were in a relationship, and she feel now that he was older and he had more, you know, power over the relationship. And I think that people need to ask more questions. And for me, you need to ask more questions. And when this thing started. So you're not asking the right questions at all. So this is what I did. I went backwards from I went back, then going forward and just being fair and honest. So first of all, let's get started. 16, he was 22. Now let's have fun. 22 subtract 16 is 6 years apart. Okay. That means, again, no one asking questions. Did you turn 16? Was she about to turn 17? Yes, it's important because some of you guys forgot something here. You guys all went to high school, and some of you have no people. That means personally you did not know them, but you heard about them. You were dating guys in college at 16. Some of you guys were dating at 14, 15, dating seniors in school. Mm-hmm. All right, so 16, you can date. There are people who did 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. There were people allowed to date college guys, freshmen, sophomore, junior, senior. Mm-hmm. There were girls who were dating military men who was 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Mm-hmm. There were girls who were dating men, and their parents knew about it, and other girls sneaked and did it. Uterus sneak and did it because they were not allowed to date at all. And since Brandy mother was their manager and Ray J manager, the question is, did anybody ask? Did her mom knew about the relationship? Did her mom knew that they were hanging out a lot all the time, and she asked Brandy questions and what Brandy did to answer those questions? It's curiosity. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go way back. I'm going way back, starting about the deception. All three, like I said before, all three did deception. They got a reality TV show out of it. And then some have learned their lesson early on, past. Some were able to ride it and still benefit from it. Okay? So let's go here. And you remember Randy was on the Oprah show in 2002. She was telling people she was married and she had a baby. Oh, she having a baby. At the time, she was 6 months pregnant. Okay. I saw the show. Most of us did watch it off and on, but I watched the whole thing. And it was Brandy having a baby. Something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but that's what it was. And I watched it. I thought it was nice. It was again, we thought you were married, and the interaction between her and her husband, the interaction between her and her mother. Her mother was upset that she brought in a person to come in, help her how to take care of a baby, bathe the baby, change the baby diapers, and all those little things like that. Her mom was upset about it. She was sitting there, she was upset, but it is what it is. It's a common thing done. She also went to the hospital. Like, you go to do the tour of the hospital when you're pregnant, so that you know exactly what's going to happen when you get to the hospital, what the procedures are in the living room. Everything goes fine. Everything goes fine. They take the baby, put him in this other bin, they clean the baby up and do all the tests done. Now, if there's something else happen while you're in the delivery room, and then they already have things, to the emergency incubator, the whole 9 yards. So those are things that they shown, and Brandy was like kind of scared of the hospital, because again, you're unknown. First time moms, you're unknown. You're not sure what's going to happen. All those things. It was a nice TV show. And then something happened between Brandy and her, at the time, husband. And then he threw it out there that they wasn't married. And so everybody's scrambling to see what's going on. He just saying that to say that, right? And then Brandy had to come out and state that they were never married. And he also put out there that he's not sure the baby's his, which most of us knew he would be BSing. Okay, even I was BSing. Even I knew he would be BSing, and I was mad with that part. I'm still mad today about that. And Brandy kept it cool. She got it, it's like, fine, but you gonna answer to your daughter when she get older why you made that comment. And then he was the father, and he knew he was the father, but it is what it is. What happens when you don't tell the truth? So he went along too on the show, thinking they were married. And this is where I think Brandy, that whole scene right there, I think is pump her brakes. And then she went back on the Oprah show in 2003. She revealed it wasn't true that she was married. She and her child father were never legally married. She explained that she felt pressured to present that image because, in her view, in upbringing, having a child out of wedlock was seen as wrong or sin. Her mother is so Christianified. Okay. Remember that word, Christianified. Because of the fear, especially about how it might damage her career and public image. And we need to be honest about that. Back then, she was a child star. She was a teen star. You do remember the scene that she was on Moesha. Her friend had some kind of party, what's it called? Some kind of pajama party. She went to it. Her dad went there, and her dad called her out her name. And then her best friend, she could no longer hang with Moesha because Moesha was a bad influence on her. All that. So, But again, I'm giving a little more heads up, a little bit what she was saying about it could damage her career and public image. A lot of you guys don't know of a young girl on the Different Strokes. Her name was Dana Pluto. Okay. And her character was Kim Drummond. And she was the oldest one. She was the oldest girl who her dad adopted the two black boys. Now, they trying to say that she had some issues when she was on the show. We never saw that. We never heard that, right? But we do know, my mom was telling me, remember one time we were watching the show, she was 18, natural 18. She came on the show at 14, and she was 18. 18 years old, she was pregnant. She was engaged to her boyfriend at the time. But the media, tabloids back then, ate her up. They just dragged her behind. Mind you, she's 18 years old. She's an adult. She's engaged to be married to her boyfriend. And the tabloids ate her because she was a teen. She played a teenage role. She really never recovered from that. And back then, she had bad advice. She had really bad advice through a comeback, and actually backfired. And then later on, like 20 something years old, she OD'd. So Hollywood is not forgiving of that time period. And I do understand when she said damage her career and public image. She said she didn't feel she could be honest back then. In the interview with Oprah, she finally set the record straight and opened up about the emotional way of hiding the truth. Okay. And that's when you saw, after that, you started seeing, she's still doing stuff she was doing, still doing work. It just now she became more, in my opinion, more honest forward from that. Okay. And then let's go little. Now this is what she was at in 2002. She said she was 16 dating him. So this is before Wayne Marcy. Now in that time period, I stated before, her mom was her manager. Yeah, there are tons of pictures of them. At that time, everybody moving around. BET was popping. Other war shows popping. Brandy were doing movies, all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not surprised where they were mixing all those kind of things. And number two, white actors and white celebrities, they were hanging out the same way with their own counterparts. And 16, this is mostly done in white actors, they got emancipated at 16 years old. So they can play more, they can do more movies long term as an adult than a teenage age. And those things I've said, you need to really ask more questions. You need to ask more questions. When people try to remember things and go, oh, you making you are shaming the victim. I said, no, I'm not. I wasn't there. We all wasn't there when it happened. But I do know when I was in high school, girls were like smiling. They had a secret thing going on. They dated an older guy in college, or I'm in the military base. Then they're dating 18, 19-year-olds in the military, E1s, E2s, E3s. But I remember the girls, how they were smiling and how they were like, I'm an adult now, because and you go back to listen to the Caucasian child stars, they tell you they lost their childhood. They were more adults, and maybe that was the mindset. And even her name is Kiki Palmer. She said the same thing, because you act more mature than an average child do. And you gotta look back yourself, because you in the business world of Hollywood, of the music industry, of the sports. You're gonna be more mature. There are girls in my high school were able to date at 9th grade or 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, could date a guy a couple years older than them, because their parents who were Catholics, parents who were religious, once their child hit a certain age, now you are preparing adulthood. You put away your childish things away. So we're not sure which way it goes, but I'm just saying, you need to ask more right questions here. You need to go back and see what's going on from that. And then she dating her child father, and then they blew up in her face, because he wasn't quiet about it. He said, "We not married." He threw her on the bus. Some people said he did, and other people said something went down. I mean, for me personally, something went down between those two. He got fed up with it. So I don't know what happened. I'm not sure what's going on, but I think that's when she stopped pretending, stopped doing little things she was doing, because this is not, you just didn't. And then my question is this: did your mom knew? Did your mom knew that you wasn't married, or did your mom didn't know that you did your mom didn't know that you really wasn't married, or did your mom knew you wasn't married? Because I want to know the answer to that question. I'm just curious. Let me see right there. Okay. And then let's go to Ray J. Okay. Let's go to Ray J. Now, Ray J and Kim dated, and Ray J going on a spill. You know, that could be a court case going on. And so far in the favor of Ray J. But here I feel. I remember that case way back when it first started. I remember Ray J and his friend walking down the street or walking down on the sidewalk, and somebody was TMZ or some tabloid were asking, about it. And Ray J said, my friend took the tape. And then, she flipping out and all kind of stuff. She went to court, blah, blah, blah. That's how it went down. Okay. With money, she sued and all kinds of stuff. Just being fair. Both of them made money off that tape. Now, Ray J sat down with Cam Newton and saying she was a billionaire. Ray J, she became a billionaire when she married Kanye West. Okay? Not before. She made her millions, but that's it. You also made millions as well, Ray J, because you must forgot your reality TV show, Love of Ray J, that was done in 2009 from February through April. There were 2 seasons of it. Ray J, you made money, and technically you became the reality reality TV man, because you and the Zeus, you're constantly doing reality TV, and you got it down, locked, sealed, and delivered. Okay, I'm not mad at your hustle. I'm not mad at all 3 of you. I'm not mad at all 3, because you all 3 live in the same area. Wendy Williams said the same thing. Ray J and Brandy was there before. Kim, her family came later, live in that area. Y'all did the same thing. Y'all hustle. You guys tell a story. And then you guys, it backfired. But you benefit from it. Ask the right questions, people. Ask the right questions. Now, Kim, she gave you more money. You did receive money beforehand, but you gave you more money to lock it down. But Ray J, you got diagnosed with something, so you think your life is over. So you've been doing this. This ain't the first time you've done this. You done it before a couple of years ago. You went ballistic again, and outside in a car, and you went and told more story and told more stuff. I ain't gonna say stories. You told more, and I listened, and I believe you, Ray J. I believe them. When people drink too much, they tell the damn truth. But I think that, in my opinion, people need to ask the right questions, and no one's here innocent. Nobody's innocent. And I remember the video of you and Kim. I ain't watch it, but I did read the comment section, and I did watch people response to it. As a Ray J, he got the good strokes. He got the good strokes. Isn't it? The black girls love you, Ray J. They told Kim, you just lay there. That's all she did. But the black women love you. That's how you got Love of Ray J. That's why you get that show. So I think we need to look at these celebrities, regardless how they got there, regardless what they did. We all got bamboozled. And every one of 3 is our fault. Every 3 of them. And don't forget, can we go back, Willie, about Brandy book? Again, people. Think. When a celebrity writes a book about their life, what is the main thing that their publisher always say? What is controversial? Put in the book. Give you an example. Superhead. This is adult level here. This is BG conversation, black and grown. Superhead. When she wrote her first 2 books, her first book, She named names. It sold out. She wrote another book, did the same thing, and she was on Tyra Banks' talk show. You know, she did a great job in the interview. Even Tyra was very surprised because, you know, sometimes she's not nice when she be interviewed, but she was really nice, and Tyra asked good questions, and got you know, I learned a lot more about her when Tyra Banks interviewed her. And I remember when after the book got out, a couple years later, a black man, he was talking about he ran a book in Hollywood how the black men down low was going on, who the celebrities were down low, who were the singers down low, and then he wrote the book. He did not name one person in that book. And you remember, I'm going way back. Remember the sugar bakers? Remember those ladies, designing women, and Suzanne, who were married multiple times. She was married to a baseball player, and he wrote a book of his sex escapade, and he put a story that he wrote a sex story between him and Suzanne. And from that, even though it's a show, I listened carefully. He said he had to add that in there so he could sell books. He can't write about baseball. He had to put things in the book to make it more sizzling. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm going to say about the book that Brandy is writing. She write what she wants, and that's her truth. And I would never down that to anybody. But we need to also ask questions. We need to ask the right questions. And we need to go back in time to piece things together. And you got all piecing it, though. You guys taking pictures, they were together, this here. But the question I'm asking, did her mama know? Did Ray J mother knew what him and Kim were doing? Did Ray J mom went to Chris to let her know that her daughter stole from her and wasn't handled? Yes or no? These are questions I'm asking because these three, they all hanged out together. The outcome the damn same. They're doing good in life. They're all making their own money. They're all making their millions. And we need to be real careful getting caught up. Who's I'm Ray J, I'm Kim, I'm Brandy. Dear, they don't give a damn about any one of us. And you have an easy way to analyze things. Like I said, I'm not mad with the hustle. I'm not mad. I'm very proud of Brandy coming on to Oprah Joe the second time, you know, a year later, and, you know, how to tell the truth. And I do understand. I have empathy for her because I do understand when she said she thought her career and her public image would be ruined. Now, if this happened in the 80s, it's gone. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. She's over. You won't hear Brandy again. You will never hear Brandy again. But thank goodness, over time, it changes. Now, Ray J and Kim and Chris in court, we all know what happened. You know, it is what it is. I ain't be surprised whatever happens. Not one damn bit. But always remember, Ray J, because you were diagnosed with something and you think you are going to pass away, that's still not a reason why you're doing your thing, because you keep bringing it up. And you go back at the beginning of time, she don't bring it up. It's the reporters who bring it up. It's we, the people, who bring it up. You brought it up a couple of times. Even Kanye West was trying to get the damn tape so that it won't be wherever it was. There's a lesson that we can learn. Well, sorry. This is a lesson for the next generation of celebrity to be. The next generation of young actors, young music singers, entertainers, sports. Think long term. All three of these people did not think long term. Brandy didn't think long term. Ray J didn't think long term, and nor did Kim Kardashian. No one thought long term. How are you going to affect them down the road? That's all. That's it. Please, again, subscribe. Write the comments down. You agree with me or you don't agree with me. That's fine. Just put it down there and make sure, like I said, when I say here, please ask the right questions. Think. That's what I'm asking you guys to do. Hit thumbs up. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.